I'm John McQuay with 8541 Tactical, and this is the first in our shooting skills series videos. We're going to start you out with the prone position. Now, the prone position is a base that we build a lot of other shooting skills from, so it's important that you learn to do it right off the bat. Now, the rifle that we're using here has a bipod and a rear bag for support, but the routine is fairly similar if you're using a pack or a ruck, etc. I suggest, however, starting out that you use a bipod and a rear bag, because it's a little bit easier to learn this position. Now, go ahead and sit your rifle in and get your crosshairs on target. Adjust your bipod and your rear bag until you're where you need it, and then stand up behind the rifle like I'm doing here. Once you've stood up behind the rifle, if you're a right-handed shooter, you're going to line the right-hand side of your body up with the rifle. So offset yourself to the left just a little bit. For this video, we're going to assume I'm a right-handed shooter. If you're a left-handed shooter, just mirror everything that I'm doing. Now, once you're lined up behind the rifle, standing up, you're going to drop down to a kneeling position. That right knee is going to be relatively in line with the buttstock of the rifle, and again, your right shoulder is still going to be in line. Now, we're going to come down to a push-up position and get down on the ground now that we have our hips and our legs lined up with the buttstock of the rifle. This is the point where a lot of guys will get in trouble because they will grab the rifle and they will pull the rifle into their shoulder. Don't do that. Slide your body forward until your chest contacts the buttstock of the rifle. Now what we're going to do is lift the rifle up, slide forward until the buttstock is in the pocket of the shoulder, and let go. And you'll notice that the weight of your body against the back of the rifle holds it there. We're not using any muscle tension to pull it in. Now that we're in this position, go ahead and take a hold of the buttstock and sink down into your proper shooting position. Now, it may take a little bit of adjustment left or right to get perfectly centered up on target, but you shouldn't be off by much if you had your rifle sighted in before you stood up. Now, if it takes a lot of adjustment left or right, then go ahead and line your crosshairs up again, stand up, and repeat the process. If it just takes a little bit and you have to shift your chest anywhere to one side or the other, then you're going to want to shift your hips and your feet an equal amount, keeping your body lined up behind the rifle. Now, once you've got your position and you're lined up on target, a lot of guys have the tendency to sneak that elbow forward to try to pull the rifle back into their shoulder a little bit tighter. Remember, we're not doing that. We're not pulling the rifle into the shoulder. The rifle is just simply there because the weight of our body is holding it there. So keep that elbow back. You want to keep your shoulders relatively perpendicular to the axis of the bore on the rifle. This gives it a flat surface to recoil against. If you start canting to one side or the other, then that's going to give the rifle an escape route, and when it recoils, it's going to jump to one side or the other. So keep those shoulders straight, keep those elbows even, and you'll give it a nice flat surface. That's all there is to the prone position. If you've got any questions or comments, please leave them in the comments section below or send them to us on Facebook or Twitter. If you've liked our videos, please make sure you give us that thumbs up and subscribe. And don't miss the rest of our shooting skills series. Until next time, get out and shoot!